Hello everyone, welcome to MK304. The purpose of this video is to step you through some of the basic guidelines of our week 2 virtual lab, which as you can see deals with tapestry segmentation, as well as our application activity for this week. So to begin, for part of the virtual lab, as we also did last week in week 1, there are no products required for this. So in other words, you do not have to turn anything in. But the purpose, again, of the virtual labs will enable you to have a better understanding of what to do for the application activity. So with that in mind, there are a couple of links pertaining to tapestry segmentation. You can open up those, read a little bit about tapestry segmentation. In a sense, tapestry segmentation is really breaking people down into demographic groups. And there also is another guide right here to help you through to think about the virtual lab exercise. Now, again, this is not anything that you will need to do for turn-in, as I mentioned, but instead really just be thinking about, identifying a target audience, if you will. And with that in mind, think about 3 general variables. So here you can see, for me, just in this instance, I'm interested in selling custom high quality auto vehicle products. And my general variables, in other words, our variables are characteristics of our demographic group that we are targeting. So high income, possessing a college degree, and maybe prefer luxury automobiles to purchase. Now, this is just an example, but see if you can think about 3 of those demographic profiles that might pertain to a target audience, for instance, of a product, service, or whatnot. Next, there is a Tapestry Pdf. You can access this PDF by selecting the segmentation link right here. Please keep in mind that this is a rather large PDF. So when it does open up for you, please give it some time. And then I would recommend downloading that PDF to help minimize or maximize rather the viewing speed. So you don't have to waste time panning through and regenerating the redraw each time. Then think about the segments of your tapestry, and that might be a short thought on who and what consisted of your tapestry profile, if you will. And so once you have an opportunity to think through about that, or give that a little bit more thought, how would, for example, changing your variables impact your profile? So, if you were to change, maybe instead of a college degree or a high income, where would that profile move you to in a different tapestry segment? So again, nothing to turn in, just something to start thinking about profiles, demographic profiles. Next, let's go ahead and take a look at our application activity for this week. So after you've had a chance to think through the tapestry, we're going to work on a short exercise that deals with market areas, what we'll call a term called geo-enrichment, that looks at how we can better understand the geographies of our market areas, as well as a demographic profile, lifestyle profile associated with tapestry, and then lastly, tying that into market growth opportunities. So that being said, you can select through the customer profile application activity. And once in the application activity, the 101 version of this would be to open up a document, or open up our document right here called customer profiling. There will be no login credentials or anything like that necessary for that. One of the reasons I like some of these activities is that they are case study oriented, so they're application oriented. So to that end, please review that case study, and I'll open it up here in just a minute. And then you can either open up the dashboard to work off of right here, where my highlighter is, or you can also access the dashboard application from our instructions above. But essentially, you'll navigate through steps 1 through 11 in our tutorial up here, right here. And on page 9, you'll find 3 questions. All you'll need to do for that is to summarize a response to those 3 questions. You can save those in a Word document and then upload those into Canvas. So As noted, there is no required length for any of those, purely just some might be a few sentences or a sentence, others might require a few more sentences based on your level of input and thought. So here again are the 3 questions that you can respond to after you complete the exercise. So let's go ahead and take a look at the tutorial. Okay. So here's the customer profiling tutorial. There's a short background that you can read up above, and you'll see some of the general learning outcomes. This thing might take you a half hour thereabouts. And so once you take a look at the I call it the preamble, you'll notice in step 1 right here, here's the customer profile map. So either you can open up that mapping application right from this link, or you may do so right here in the Google Drive document that I was just referencing. I'm going to open our mapping application up right here just to show you what this looks like. Okay, so all of you should see something that looks like this. And you may want to select the content tab here, and here you'll see a lot of your different data sets in your mapping application. So you'll be using these pre-constructed data layers, if you will, to help answer some of your questions that pertain to your week 2 application activity. So you'll essentially step through your tutorial guide, and there should be 9 steps in here, or nine numbers to go through. And the reason it looks long is just because there are a lot of graphics in here. But nevertheless, once you get down through number 9, you'll be able to answer some of the questions that follow. So hope that gives you an idea of what the 2 activities are this week in MK304 in our week 2. The first one being our virtual lab that we looked at with just understanding Tapestry, and the second one, an interactive application activity to which you'll be working through a short tutorial and then following the directions and then answering our 3 questions. But if you have any questions or anything like that, please reach out and I'll be happy to give you a hand. Otherwise, I wish you a happy and blessed week. Thank you.